Awake living into uncharted territory together, accelerating your wellness path, plus your interconnectivity at the same time.
It's not your grandma's or your Veda, but it kind of is.
It's the Yoga Healer Real Life Show with Kate Stillman.
Hello, it's Kate Stillman, and welcome back to the Yoga Healer Dharma and Dollars Show. Today's show is breaking through your gratitude glass ceiling, and I'm going to pull heavily today from the work of Gay Hendricks. We use Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap, in the Awake Living course, which is all about up-leveling your life through the 5 elements, a deeper understanding and refinement of the 5 elements. And we use Gay's book because there's a few things he describes very well. And one concept he describes is the upper limit problem. And the upper limit, many of you are familiar with, others of you are not. But the upper limit, there's a lot of good science and psychology around showing that basically as humans, as our reptilian brain stem, we only allow ourselves to experience a certain degree of emotion before we shut ourselves down. And the emotion can be joy, it can be gratitude, it can be abundance, it can be thrive, right? And we only allow ourselves to feel as much as is comfortable, which is related to as much as familiar in the past. So we have this barometer in our emotional body, right? What the yogis would akin to the manomaya kosha or the pranamaya kosha, that there's a level of familiarity in there. And when the amount of current is stronger, right? When the amount of shakti is stronger than what is familiar, we basically freak out and shut down. And we find a way to unground ourselves. We find a way to shut ourselves down. And many of us are familiar with, our own particular ways. Like some of us might use dark chocolate. Others of us might use alcohol. Others of us might repeat negative statements in our head about what a horribly bad person we are. Others of us might just overeat, right? And others of us might pick a fight. So you get, it's like some things going well, things are going well, things are going well. And then you do something to make your nervous system revert to more familiar ground. And this is what Gay Hendricks describes in The Big Leap as the upper limit problem. My dharma is to help people have breakthroughs, first in their body, then in their life, then in their families, then in their dharma. And so I use a lot of Gay's work in terms of helping people actually expand and get grounded in their expansion into the next level that's possible. So what happened was I was experiencing some pretty massive expansions in this past. I've had a very interesting year in 2017. I've been trying to build a bigger team at Yoga Healer to help run the business so I could really be the visionary creator, which is where my zone of genius lies. And it was hard for a while. And then all of a sudden it got really good. I got like some really great people on the team and things were flying. Things were going great. I held the Rapid City retreat. We had a truly unbelievable experience with the Yoga Healer course members. And I just kept grounding and expanding and grounding and expanding. My daughter's doing really well in gymnastics and she had her first meet coming up and they had a practice meet and she's doing super well in it. We've had a ton of snow in the Tetons and I bought a snow bike and it's been awesome. And my husband got a new snow bike and then we got one for our kid and just a lot of things have been fantastic, like super fantastic. We're going into Mexico in 2 weeks and we're going to be there for 6 weeks before we come back for more gymnastics meets and more skiing. And things are freaking amazing, right? And I keep practicing what Gay's teaching about grounding the expansion. So much gratitude for everything that's working, everything that's going well, everything that just is in the beingness of isness as it is. And then I got a speeding ticket in my new car. And my familiar energy body in this situation is like, what is going on here? Because like things have been going so well and expanding and I'm practicing grounding, expanding, grounding and expanding. And I notice the choice. I have a choice to get contracted around this speeding ticket. And the officer was so nice to me. I was like, I'm missing my daughter's, like, I need to be there in 2 minutes. And I was so in the wrong, you guys. I was so in the wrong. Like I was just having fun driving my fast car fast. There was no other thing going on right there. listening to Sway by Heartless Bastards, which is my new favorite song. And I get pulled over by the nicest officer who is super sympathetic and doesn't even write me as bad a ticket as he really should have. And I notice in the next few hours, myself energetically, like kind of shutting down, doing this old story of I'm a bad person. I've got a speeding ticket. This probably is I don't know how many speeding tickets I've gotten in my life. My guess is probably about 6. And I go into this, the old story, and my energy body contracts. And now what's happening, and this is so interesting, because I've been practicing the values of awake living, which is getting grounded in more expansiveness, which is getting grounded in a bigger dharma, getting grounded in more gratitude, getting grounded in more being able to happen more easily, getting grounded in more expansive collaboration, getting grounded in more relational evolution, more physical, my own like physiological evolution. I didn't even get into like what I'm doing in terms of like body work to rewire the left and right hemispheres of my body and my brain. Things of working that the contraction felt so out of place.
We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back with the second half of the interview after a quick word from our sponsor. See you on the other side.
I want to tell you all about the connectivity kit. So many of us have been on a personal evolution journey. We've had a lot of growth. We've had a lot of breakthroughs. And we know that our relationships determine much of our day-to-day reality. Our day-to-day relationships determine our future growth. We get that to plan and strategize on our future growth, we need to evolve our connectivity skills. And we want to share with our peeps. We want to inspire. We want to motivate. We most importantly want to build evolutionary relationships. So in that vein, I have developed the connectivity kit. It's less than $100. Basically, you can sign up and we help you evolve your relationships. We're all tired of the hyperconsumption that's taken over holiday traditions. And what we really deep down want to do is have a better time with people. This is a little online e-course that helps you and 3 of your peeps. That's right. You get to invite 3 of your peeps in it. There's lots of answers to any questions that you may have about what the connectivity kit is. All of that is at yogahealer.com/connectivity. You get to get it for you, but you get to give it to 3 people. And the whole idea is you get to do it together. The whole idea is the outcomes of it are that you'll connect deeply with your core peeps, with your community. You'll have sparkier, more compelling conversations. There's a whole productivity section for anyone who wants to tap into what easeful productivity looks like. You'll be able to skillfully design your space and your time better. And the whole idea here is that you will up-level 3 of your key relationships going into the new year. We recommend 3 core relationships for you to actively evolve through using the connectivity kit. 1 is a friendship. So right now, just think of who comes to mind. Who would you want to evolve your relationship with? Number 2 is an evolutionary partnership, someone that you can foresee helping on your dharmic up level in the next year. And the 3rd is a mentor or a mentee relationship. And you'll get to gift, of course, if you just want to give it to 3 friends or 3 family members, that is totally kosher. Once you sign up, you get in. You get access. There's 4 zones of training. One's the connectivity zone. The other is the sparkly conversation zone, the mentor zone, and the productivity zone. I had so much fun developing the videos, the tip sheets, the trainings, the tools to help you evolve your connections and your partnerships. Once you invest, you always have access. It never expires. In fact, if you invested last year, send an email to info@yogahealer and send them your receipt. We'll actually let you invite another 2 or 3 people in there because that's what we're all about. We're up-leveling connectivity and helping you have the tools and the support that you need to evolve your relationships. Go to yogahealer.com/connectivity. CONNECTIVITY. Happy holidays. Action felt so out of place. So what I did is I took it to the cushion. And I always recommend take it to the cushion. So I took it to the cushion, and I'm talking about a meditation cushion. And I sat with the emotions. I sat with the amazingness of all the things that are going so well in my life, so well in the Yoga Healer team, so well in my family, so well for my kid in her growth right now. Oh, and that was another thing that happened. Is I'd been at the parent-teacher conference earlier that week, and the teacher says, your daughter's on a leadership track. Just so you know, she's going to be a great leader, right? So I had all these massive, massive expansions. I'm grounding, expanding, get the speeding ticket. It brings me to my cushion. And I sit and I allow all of it to come in. All of it. And all of the shame around, like, I should not have been speeding where I was speeding. Like, let's be frank here, right? I was in the wrong. Just sitting and absorbing all of these emotions happening simultaneously, the layering, allowing the time and the space for the digestion of the emotions. So there's no so there's no undigested emotional crap getting in the way of the 5 bodies, the 5 koshas communicating and expanding and becoming more functional and allowing more Shakti, more energy to course through. And this process of sitting on the cushion and feeling and absorbing, and it feels like calibration and recalibration. And then I'm simply allowing and recalibrating, and I'm allowing, and I feel this incredible outpouring of gratitude for the speeding ticket. May I learn this lesson. May I learn to drive the freaking speed limit. Like, may this be the most non-violent way I can learn this lesson. So much gratitude for everyone involved in my speeding ticket situation. Everyone involved, including myself, for taking the time to sit with it and learn the lesson. And so after I sit with all this and I get off my cushion and I go on with my evening, and there's no longer this weird shame, guilt feeling. There's no longer this contraction feeling. There's simply grounded expansion, back in the experience of grounded expansion. More gratitude than ever for all of the things that go wrong. So much more availability to all the things that are going right. So much more adaptability, so much more flexibility, so much more collaborative intelligence now accessible. So much more Shakti flowing, the big energy just flowing, moving, expanding. So later that night, my daughter is having a friend sleepover. And I go to bed, many of you know this, some of you don't. Sometimes I go to bed really early. So on this night, I was tired. I often wake up really early. So I put myself to bed. It was maybe it's about 7:30. I know. I'd had a big day though, right? I had the speeding ticket. I had gone snow biking. My kid had 2 gymnastics shows that day. Like, it had been a big day. I was tired. I took a steam shower. I was going to bed. And then I get woken up about 9:15 by my daughter, and she's telling me which feels like midnight because I've been asleep now for over an hour. And my daughter says, my friend, she wants to go home. And so I say, okay, let's call her mom. And so we call her mom, and I say, I'll drive. I'll start going this way. You start coming this way. The mom lives really far away. And so we're driving, me and my daughter's very, very sweet friend who's all nervous about a science project. And that's why she wanted to go home. She was too nervous to be able to fall asleep. I drop her to her mom and I'm heading back. And now I'm on these back country roads. Like, if there was ever time to crank up the Heartless Bastards, drive my new car really fast, that would have been the time. But I don't. I decided I'm going to go the speed limit. I'm going to just practice, like, full of gratitude. Like, this car can go a gazillion times faster, but I'm going to just drive the speed limit. So I do. I drive the speed limit. I'm on a road that is as straight as a line. There's this one little crook in the road, and I go down the hill, and I'm going to go around the crook. And the crook is a crook because there's a creek that's crossing a field. And as I'm going down the hill, a massive raccoon runs into the road and stops. Raccoon in the headlights, stands still, staring at me. And I'm going slow enough to be able to stop, and the raccoon makes a way across the road. And I continue on listening to the Heartless Bastards. I have this massive swelling of gratitude that I did not kill this raccoon. And the only reason I did not kill this raccoon was because I got in a speeding ticket earlier that day. That is how you break through your glass ceilings. It's how you have gratitude for the glass ceilings that you do have. It's how, when you're with your core peeps this holiday season, that you just allow yourself to continually relax and to expand. I'm going to read a few quotes from Gay Hendricks from this book, The Big Leap. The art of getting beyond our upper limit problem has a lot to do with creating space within us to feel and appreciate natural good feelings. By natural, I mean good feelings that are not induced by alcohol, sugar, or other short-term fixes. Letting you savor natural good feelings is a direct way to transcend your upper limit problem. By extending your ability to feel positive feelings, you expand your tolerance for things going well in your life. Your capacity expands in small increments each time you consciously let yourself enjoy the money you have, the love you feel, and the creativity you are expressing in the world. As that capacity for enjoyment expands, so does your financial abundance, the love you feel, and the creativity you express. If you focus for a moment, you can always find some place in you that feels good right now. Your task is to give the expanding positive feeling your full attention. When you do, you will find that it expands with your attention. Let yourself enjoy it as long as you possibly can. By extending your ability to feel positive feelings, you expand your tolerance for things going well in your life. And lastly, I'll leave you with Gay Hendricks' mantra. I expand in abundance, success, and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. All right, y'all. Feliz Dia de Gracias.
Yoga Healer Real Life Show with Kate Stillman. Yoga Healer.